Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. Thank you so much for joining us again for another video. Last time we watched Avengers, we closed out Phase 1 of the MCU. Today we're starting with Phase 2. The first movie of Phase 2 is Iron Man 3. Looking forward to going into that. Jen, how are you feeling going into Iron Man 3?
I am so excited. It was a nice little break to go to Avengers and Captain America, but I'm really excited to get back to Iron Man. Y'all know how much I love Iron Man. So this is the third one. And I'm really anxious to see what new storyline comes about. Of course, it's gonna be a new villain, I'm sure, which is always exciting. And I just love Tony Stark's character and his jokes. So I'm really excited to see this one. Hopefully it's good. I loved the second one, even though I'm very hesitant to watch follow-up movies, just because they're never good. But this is a different case. So moving on to the third one, I'm excited, a little apprehensive, just because I feel like every single movie that we watch of Iron Man, that nervousness just kind of creeps in a little bit. Because I'm like, how can they all be good? Can they all be good? Maybe they can't be. We'll see.
I hope you like this one. I'm looking forward to watching it. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
All same characters?
All the same characters, yeah.
Don Cheadle?
I don't think there's really any more recasting, at least not of anybody that's like significant main characters anyway. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Iron Man 3.
Listen up, here's the story.
Mr. Stark. Oh, Jensen.
Oh, I finally met a man called Hope.
Hey, Tony. Aldrich Killian. I'm a big fan of your work.
It's the guy from Memento.
Tracking your research since year 2
Guy
of
Pearce.
MIT called Advanced
He's a really
Idea
talented
Mechanics.
actor.
She'll take both. One to throw away and one to not call.
This is what I'm talking about, the glitch.
Have you checked the Telmer's algorithm?
The what?
You're right on me. I made it. Start tight and then go wide. Stamp date and time. Mark 42, autonomous.
Oh no.
I'm the best.
Some people call me a terrorist. I consider myself a teacher. And you'll never see me coming.
Taking the guy they call War Machine and giving him a paint job.
It tested well with focus groups, all right?
I am Iron Patriot.
Listen, War Machine was a little too aggressive.
I loved you in A Christmas Story, by the way.
How did he get out of the wormhole?
Wait a minute, Tony. Tony.
Badge, guys. I put a memo in the toilet. Come on. Tony has...
Pepper.
Killian? What is that? You're wearing this in the house now?
Just breaking it in, you know, it's always a little pinchy. Tense, good day? Huh? Ooh, shoulders a little naughty.
Why don't you lift up that face mask?
You want to just kiss it on the... There's been a radiation leak.
I'll take my chances.
Geiger counter or something like that.
This is a new level of lame.
Sorry. That's not supposed to happen.
What are you doing, buddy?
Help me!
Oh, happy.
I really like him.
Hey, Mr. Stark! When is somebody gonna kill this guy? Is that what you want? Here's a little holiday greeting I've been wanting to send to the Mandarin. My name is Tony Stark, and I'm not afraid of you. So I've decided that you just died, pal. Here's my home address. 10880 Malibu Point.
I got you.
Jarvis, where's my flight power?
Working on it, sir. This is a prototype.
That's one. That's brisk. I need to find this guy. You gotta stay safe.
What's that thing on your chest?
It's a electromagnet.
Oh my god! You're dead. And War Machine?
It's Iron Patriot now.
That's way cooler.
No, it's not.
Dad went to 7-Eleven to get scratchers. I guess he won because that was 6 years ago.
Which happens, dads leave. No need to be a pussy about it. Here's what I need.
Wow.
What's your name?
Harley. And you're...
The mechanic. You know what keeps going through my head? Where's my sandwich? First off, I'm so sorry to put you in harm's way. That was selfish and stupid, and it won't.
I think that my boss is working for the Mandarin.
The master's about to record, and he's a little... Well, you know how he gets. All right, everybody, no talking and no eye contact unless you want to get shot in the face.
Well then, what are we waiting for?
Think about it. 6 dead, only 5 shadows.
People said these shadows are like the marked souls going to heaven.
Do you buy that?
That's what everyone says. You know what this crater reminds me of?
No idea. I don't care.
Do you have medication?
Nope.
Do you need to be on it?
Probably.
Do you have PTSD?
I don't think so. Your fault. I just want to say I'm sorry about your loss.
Watch your damn file. Take it. Go.
Clearly you're waiting for someone else. Mrs. Davis, your son didn't kill himself. I guarantee you, he didn't kill anyone.
You're not the person that called me after all, are you? Actually, I am.
Hey! What's all this about?
Homeland Security. We good here?
No, we're not good. I need a little more information than that. Born in Nashville and upgrade me.
Funway's always good.
You walked right into this one. I've dated hotter chicks than you.
Oh my gosh.
Stark, I am so sorry.
No. I think he was trying to say, I want my goddamn file.
Remember what I told you about bullies? They always cover our ass.
So now you're just gonna leave me here, like my dad?
Yeah.
I'm cold.
I can tell. You know how I can tell? Because we're connected. Don't move! Your redesign, your big rebrand, that was AIM, right?
Yeah?
Now I need your login.
It's the same as it's always been. War Machine 68.
And password, please.
War Machine rocks with an X, all caps.
What would you like for Christmas this year?
I don't know who... Mom, I need to call you back. Something magical is happening.
Tony needs Gary.
And Gary needs Tony.
Be quiet about it.
Yeah.
Go.
Please state your name for the camera.
Ellen Brandt.
Okay, so you are the next iteration of human evolution.
You want to launch product next year? I need Stark. He just lacked a decent incentive now. He has one.
No need to thank me. It's my pleasure.
I've acquired the Patriot armor.
Totally fine, sir. I seem to do quite well for a stretch, and then at the end of the sentence, I say the wrong cranberry.
I need the armor. Where are we at with it?
It's not charging. You're a mechanic, right?
Right.
Why don't you just build something? Why is it so hot in here?
Let me tell you something, sweetheart. I am not your personal...
I wouldn't go in there for 20 minutes.
Now, you know that fortune cookies aren't even Chinese.
Hey,
Though the guns are all fake, because those wankers wouldn't trust me with the real ones.
What?
Where's the Mandarin? Where is it?
Whoa. My name's Trevor Slattery. Don't hurt the face, I'm an actor. I, had a little problem with, substances.
You're still going down, pal. Okay, so you took Killian's card.
I took his money.
I get to wake up every morning with someone who still has their soul.
You gave me the greatest gift that anybody's ever given me. Desperation. Desperation. Now, this is live.
Let him go.
Maya,
I said let him go!
a high-level position has just been vacated.
Careful there. It's a limited edition.
I think I bought it.
Okay, that wasn't mine to give away. That belongs to my friend's sister. Tie yourselves to those chairs. I'll let you live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Told you.
Honestly, I hate working here. They are so
Better late than never. Rhodey, tell me that was you in the suit?
No. Room is secure. I have eyes on the Mandarin.
What's this? I had winners.
This is the Mandarin?
I know, it's embarrassing.
Hi, Trevor. Trevor Slattery.
Good to see you can make it, son. I feel safer already.
Everything all right, Colonel? Go fish.
Jeez.
How many in the air?
13, sir.
Slow down, slow down. Everybody grab your monkey.
Give me some good news, man.
I think they all made it.
You think he's gonna help you? He won't.
He was also in the Count of Monte Cristo.
Welcome aboard, Mr. President.
And of course, you'll remember that when she spilled 1 million gallons of crude off Pensacola.
Pensacola!
Thanks to you, not
Destroyed our ocean!
Down my 6, cover high, and don't shoot me in the back.
3 guys, 1 girl, all armed.
Is that?
Yep.
So they're all like the different prototypes?
Yeah, the different.
Target extremis heat signatures disable with extreme prejudice.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Give me a suit, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry, they're only coded to me.
Can I give you a lift?
Very funny.
See what happens when I hang out with my ex-girlfriends?
Mr. President! Just hold on, all right? I'm coming. Brace yourself!
President is secure, Tony. I'm clearing the area.
Nice work.
You gotta let go. I'll catch you, I promise.
R.I.P. Peps.
But is Pepper alive? I need to know.
Maybe she fell like.
Did she use that?
Prodigal son returns. Whatever.
I was so close to having her perfect.
She was already perfect.
Aw.
You said you wanted the Mandarin. You're looking right at him. I am the Mandarin!
She's alive! Oh, thank God.
Honey?
You when you're a little hungry.
That was really violent.
So true.
Who's the hot mess now?
Still debatable?
Am I gonna be okay?
No. You're in a relationship with me. Everything will never be okay.
Will there be anything else?
You know what to do.
Clean slate protocol, sir?
Screwed. It's Christmas. As promised, I got Pepper sorted out. Took some tinkering. Why stop there? There are people who say progress is dangerous, but I'll bet none of those idiots ever had to live with a chest full of shrapnel. That was the best sleep I'd had in years.
Oh, happy. Oh.
Potato Gun Mark II.
I'm a changed man. One thing you can't take away, I am Iron Man. I had no idea you were such a good listener. You know, it's like a snake swallowing its own tail. Everything comes full circle. You with me?
It was, yeah. We were at,
You actively napping? So you heard none of it?
I'm sorry. I'm not that kind of doctor.
1983, all right? I'm 14 years old. I still have a nanny? That was weird.
Just finished Iron Man 3. A lot of things happening in this one. This is the first post-Avengers movie. There were references to New York, some struggling with anxiety attacks, PTSD. Kind of reminded me of this Batman-esque detective work where he has to figure out what's going on. We have the Mandarin, the real Mandarin, and then the fake terrorist setup, issues with his relationship with Pepper, all that fun stuff. So what did you think?
I really liked this movie a lot. I think that I actually enjoy it more than the first and the second one. I think a big reason why I enjoy it so much is because out of all three Iron Man movies, I feel like we were able to see the internal struggle that he was dealing with, and it came up several times throughout the movie. You have the emotional aspect of their relationship, where there's some cracks and there's some issues that they're dealing with, and then him having these anxiety attacks related to the event in the Avengers movie. I felt like it gave it even more of a human touch. I'm so used to seeing Tony Stark as this very in control, he has a big ego. So I'm not used to seeing him in a situation where he's not in control of the situation, he doesn't know what to do. And these moments where he has these anxiety attacks, like he is really like in panic mode. He doesn't know what to do. He is, you know, depending on Jarvis to tell him what's wrong with him. He's terrified, which I also like seeing. I like seeing all those emotions that I guess you wouldn't necessarily attribute to a superhero. So I felt like that just adds to why I enjoy Iron Man so much. I feel like it just came full circle. He was able to get through a lot of these issues. I feel like him and Pepper, by the end of this movie, were just solid. He had the glimpse of losing her, and then of course she actually was alive, which was, whew, I don't know what I would have done if they killed off Pepper. I've become a huge, huge fan of Pepper and their relationship. I love it. I love that I view him as somebody that doesn't connect to people, but he is very connected to Pepper. One of the lines that he said was, I need you. And I absolutely love that. Again, that's another thing that they touched on that I liked, his connection to Pepper and his connection to Happy. I like that you saw that side of him where he was clearly upset about what happened with Happy. I really like how they did that. I didn't feel like it was cheesy. I felt like it felt right. Seeing Rhodey as like Iron Man 2. In the second one, I was like, oh, well, he was just, you know, he had a suit to help out or whatnot. But then seeing in this one that he had become a staple, like, second Iron Man was interesting to see. At first, I was a little shaky on it. I was like, he's not Tony Stark. But the character grew on me. I still like the previous actor. I don't remember his name. Terrence Howard.
Still before Terrence?
I am. But I will say that I like Don Cheadle's performance as the character better in this one than I did in the second one. Love the villains in this movie. The chemical transformation.
Extremists?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Extremists? That fascinated me. I really enjoyed it. Everything from like the CGI to just the fact that they seemed very unstoppable. And they were also very, very sure of themselves and comical at times. I loved Guy Pearce. He was really good in Memento. I think he's a very talented actor and he did great in this movie. Very terrifying. At the end, I was like, oh, y'all are in trouble. So I really liked the villains 100%. I didn't feel like it was cheesy at all. It kept me very entertained. I feel like 90% of the movie, I'm just trying to figure out these villains and like, you know, who their leader is, what their goal is. It was great. Going back to Tony Stark, when he was trying to save Pepper, I loved that he wasn't able to. It would have been very predictable to, okay, he's gonna save his girlfriend and everything's gonna be great. But I love that he wasn't able to. And I love that he didn't have a suit either. It was Tony Stark. It was not Iron Man, it was Tony Stark. And yet, they are still able to move on from that. And I really enjoyed that they had Pepper kind of save herself almost. That was a nice departure from kind of how it's been the last couple movies. I mean, Tony Stark, he saves her every time. This was a little bit different due to this transition, which was still kind of left open-ended. Does she actually, do we find out, does she actually get made normal again? Like, I don't know what the correct wordage is.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, that's fun. What's his name? Trevor? Oh my gosh. You know, when I first saw the scene where they basically made him into this big pile of crap that just is useless, and he wasn't this like terrifying menace, I was like, are y'all serious? Is this a joke? Like, this is crazy. I didn't know if I liked that angle. I wish they would have kept him as a true villain. He was just kind of a joke to me after, which I understand that's what they were going with, and Killian was the real villain. He did provide some comical relief, and I have to say, out of all three movies, I felt like this was the funniest. Tony Stark with the little kid, absolutely hilarious, absolutely hilarious.
How would you rank this one out of the three?
Probably Iron Man 3 is my first choice, Iron Man 1 as my second choice, and then Iron Man 2.
I'm glad to hear your thoughts. I loved his whole relationship with the kid. I think that was definitely one of the highlights of the movie. We don't really get to see a whole lot of scenes like that, especially with a character like Tony. So I really, really enjoyed that. Exactly what you said about the Mandarin, how you're like, I couldn't tell if I liked it or not, is precisely the reason why most people don't like this movie. This is, generally speaking, the lowest favored Iron Man movie.
Really?
Of all of them. Again, generally speaking, there are fervent defenders of it. But for the most part, people prefer the first Iron Man, even Iron Man 2, over Iron Man 3. So the fact that you're like, it's the funniest, it's my favorite, it's good. It's a nice change of pace.
I think the reason that I personally enjoyed this movie so much was because, and we've had this conversation before, after Captain America, Tony Stark, to me, I feel like he is so multi-dimensional. And I know a lot of people probably don't view that. I know that you think that he's very like egotistical and just into himself.
Well, he is.
I can't say that though after seeing this movie, because you can't really be egotistical if you do the things that he has done. I mean, he displayed the, you know, caring for Pepper on a whole different level. You know, he was ready to sacrifice himself for her, you know, with the kid. You know, it wasn't just like, well, you know, bullies at school are just what they are, they're bullies. You know, he took like an active role in trying to strengthen that kid, you know, and the last scene, he ended up giving him everything brand new. And first 2 movies of Iron Man, I absolutely would agree. Like, yeah, he's very egotistical. But after watching this movie, I'm like, I don't know. He has a lot to him. He has a lot of emotion, I think. It doesn't always come to the surface, but he does care about people. He does put others first. So I can't really put him in that category of he only cares about himself at all.
I hear what you're saying. He's still egotistical, but I think so anyway. Granted, I hear what you're saying about Pepper and the kid and everything.
You don't think he displayed just a little bit of like Captain
I'm
America?
getting to it. This movie did focus more on his internalizations and his struggles, particularly with the battle in New York, and he is developing as a person. However, he's not there yet. He's definitely no Captain America in terms of that aspect of his personality, but we are starting to see these portrayals of self-sacrifice and how he values his committed relationship as opposed to these sort of flings and stuff. So he is changing as a person. Whereas before, you know, he was absolutely a narcissist and he still did good things, but really just to kind of promote his own glory, his own, look how great I am. I solved the water crisis, not because I cared about people drinking water, but because it would make me look so great. And so when you say, you know, he's doing these good things, how could he be egotistical? You could do the right thing for the wrong reason. I'm not saying that's what he did in this movie. I definitely think that he has developed and he does genuinely care, sacrifice, throwing the armor on Pepper to protect her when the house is blowing up. He's come a long way in this movie and I love him for that. He is probably the most multi-dimensional character in the MCU, which is great. And I love watching his growth. And there's still more growth to come too.
I'm very happy to hear that. I think he's a great character. I feel like so many people can relate to him, as I know you have touched on before. I also like that they make his character so bright. I would say he's aware of what he can't do, but that's not at all true. You see him definitely fall hard to the floor a couple of times, literally.
Humbled him a little bit.
Yes, but I truly feel like he is just, like you said, completely changing as a person. And I think that it's making him stronger at what he does.
Stronger than yes.
Okay, that's enough.
What would you rate it?
I think I would have to rate it an 8.5.
8.5?
I really enjoyed it. It wasn't predictable at all for me. And not to say that any predictable movies I'm not a fan of, but when I do come across a movie where it constantly keeps me guessing, it really just keeps me entertained and glued to what's gonna happen next. I felt like all the characters had a very important part in this movie, more so than others, but you couldn't do it without them. I don't think the storyline would have carried as far if we didn't have one of those characters. So I thought that it was very well done. I didn't really have any complaints at all.
Me, I would actually give this probably about a 6.5. For some reason, I just kind of felt like it drug a little bit. It was just a
Really?
It's not one that I'm
All
like,
right.
let me pop in Iron Man 3. You know, I'd rather watch Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 1 over this one.
So you prefer Iron Man 2?
To this, yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
I actually liked a lot of Iron Man 2. Now, I do have some opinions about some of the movies later on that does deviate from kind of the mainstream. We'll get there. I'm glad that this is a movie that deviated from the regular opinion, so you really like this one more than the other two Iron Man. That's rare. It's also nice. We're not all one hive mind. We can have these kind of separate opinions. I do about movies a little bit later on. So yeah, so good. Look at us. Look at us. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was a great movie, so I don't know. I think I may kind of go down a different stream than most people when it comes to movies. I'm very much into the character development too. Yeah. Not just Iron Man, Tony Stark, but all the characters. You know, Pepper, you see her in a different light. Happy, you know, he is very much at the lowest of the lowest. And then you see the Colonel, seeing him and Tony work together at the end. I always love seeing that, regardless of whether I prefer Don Cheadle or Terrence Howard. I always like seeing them together, and I like that they didn't just move from Avengers to doing this movie and not mentioning anything about it. Yeah. I like that they brought it up and they had Tony Stark experiencing a very realistic response. When soldiers go to war and they come home, same type of deal. They deal with all those emotional issues. And I like that they had him do that. He's not perfect, and they really highlighted that. So I thought it was great.
All right, that's it. Let us know what you thought about Iron Man 3 down in the comments below, what you thought about Jen's opinion, my opinion. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like. Helps my channel out a lot. Consider subscribing. If you want to see more fun content like this, consider joining my Patreon to get early access to select videos like this one. As always, Jen and I, we appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care.